Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I just want to start this one off by saying thanks so much for all the support here on YouTube already. We just got started here and we've already hit YouTube Partner, which is really exciting. We're getting close to 2,000 subscribers, so if you are new, welcome to the channel. Thanks for checking us out, and consider hitting that subscribe button. If you've been hanging out for a while, we also did just unlock memberships for the channel. It is never required by any means. But if you would like to support the channel in that way, look for the join button down below the video. And thank you guys so much again for all the support already. I can't wait to see what's in store for the future. When you're starting to design your island, you probably think, what theme do I want to go with? What cutie villagers are going to fit that theme? What kind of areas will I have? What items do I want to put in those areas? How will I transition from one area to the next? In this video, we're going to look at what items to use in those areas. And I'm going to show you a little bit of my thought process when it comes to trying to put together a starter pack of sorts, just to narrow down what you should look for when beginning to design your new island, and what other questions you may want to ask yourself before diving in. You can already see right away a lot of items that will be used throughout my entire island. Besides thinking which specific items I would like to use, I tend to try to decide what my color story will be before I start designing. Obviously, you don't have to be very strict on this if you don't want to, since we're also so limited to the customization options that are given to us. So right now we're on my dream address, since my island is currently in a bit of a transition phase over to a more 2.0 island. So you'll see a lot of log furniture items, rocks, purple and green mums, weeds, pink azalea shrubs, and maybe a barrel or two. Now as I walk through this little transition pathway out to the lake, again you'll notice a lot of the same items. As I mentioned earlier, I often wonder how I will design the transition from one place to the next, in hopes to make the island not only flow nicely, but also feel cohesive as if it were one large piece as opposed to a bunch of separate areas. Almost as if you would hardly notice that you just stumbled upon a new area of the island. You've probably already noticed that my island is a bit of a forest core or a natural themed island, so I tried to steer clear of most items that seem like they may have been man-made instead of maybe crafted. Now I do know that using a lot of the same items can make you feel like your island is a bit repetitive, but most of the items that are consistently being used are more filler items than anything. When you start to design your villager homes is when I feel like you can really start to give your island your own spin and personality. So like Molly's house has a little rocking chair out front on her deck where she can sit and read. She also got a little bit of a garden to the right of her house as well, so we still have the freedom to design a bit differently while still blending the transition and the surrounding areas. Now you can see Weber, aka Webster, has a pretty similar house to Molly. There's not really much to it, but the waterscaping and the terraforming I added, I kind of limited myself a little bit. On this island, I kept the villager houses pretty minimal for the most part, so I'm just going to show you the exteriors. Keep in mind this island is pre 2.0 update, so you won't see a lot of vines or caves or windmills or the wheat fields just yet, though I plan on adding them during the transition. If you are enjoying this video, be sure to hit the like button, and if you would like to see more, catch a live stream soon, be sure to also hit the subscribe button. It supports the channel a ton for free, and I really appreciate it. Now I'm curious on how you feel about this idea of creating a starter pack for your island regardless of theme. Do you tend to try not to overuse the same items? Do you lean towards picking certain villagers that fit your island based off your theme? Do you overthink most items you place when you're designing your island? Do you plant, pluck, and replant your weeds over and over just to make sure you get the specific weed you were hoping for, while also making sure there aren't too many of the same weed next to each other when you're designing your island? No? Just me? Alright. One thing I left out of the initial starter pack in the beginning of the video was trees. I figured since I have at least 429 of them, those were an obvious staple of the island. And yes, we counted them as a community one night while hanging out in Discord. Gave away some eShop cards to whoever gets the closest. So I know I have at least that many, but also pretty sure I added more after that. You might recognize this spot from my beach design video. If you haven't seen it yet, be sure to go check that out. But just wanted to show you that even your beaches can be easily designed while also blending well with your island when you keep the items pretty consistent. As I mentioned earlier, I decided to stick to purple and green mums only on this island. Let me know in the comments what your go-to flower combination when designing your island is. Now this was probably one of my more ambitious spots on my island. I really wanted to create a lookout over a valley towards my museum, and I think I obtained the effect I was going for and saved myself a ton of time and frustration by already having a few select items that I was going to work with picked out beforehand. This may be an easier method to put into place on a more forest or nature core type island, just because you can vary the items by stunting the trees, plucking some flowers so they look just different enough to not feel super repetitive, even using trees with some fruit on them just to break up the monotony of using the same items. That being said, I used a ton of repeat items on my island and I don't feel like it gets stale in the slightest. Now, one of the last things you absolutely cannot leave off your island is this little cutie right here. Maple is absolutely essential to any island ever. I don't care what your theme is. She's the key to obtaining a 5-star island. She's the key to having KK come visit your island. I don't know. Just have Maple on your islands. Don't leave her stranded on these mystery islands. Finally, I love making these. I like to call these like little planter boxes. Just a small sculpted bit of terraforming with a few trees, weeds, flowers, and whatever items you want to throw on there. It can really give your island some additional dimension and really change the vibe of it. Not to mention, I just think they look really nice and it makes the island feel a bit more full. I think it's what gives my island that lost in the woods kind of feeling. Well, that is going to do it for this video. Let me know in the comments what theme you're currently working on, and let me know if you'd like to see other starter kit type videos for different island themes. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you really enjoyed it. I appreciate it. Peace!